the pricing, like, I know Louis Vuitton is still so popular, and honestly, it can be that price because people will pay that much for a Neverfull now. Like, they just will because they've always wanted it. But these Bottega bags, guys, are so expensive, and like, nobody asked for them. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I'm going to talk about whether Bottega Veneta is really worth it, and it made me question if any designer bags are worth it. At the end of the day, we know that we are really just paying for a label. None of the designer brands are worth what you pay in terms of the materials and even the craftsmanship. I have a lot of Hermes bags because for me, from having a lot of bags, I feel like they're the best quality you can get in terms of the leather and the craftsmanship. However, they are exuberantly priced. Have bought a few good deals on the pre-love market, but they are still priced the way that they are retail because they are Hermes, and Hermes has a good name for themselves. Obviously, brands which have gone up so much in price over the last 2-3 years, including Louis Vuitton. In my opinion, I don't think Louis Vuitton canvas is worth the price that you're paying now. Like, so many bags are just so expensive now. I mean, I looked at the website the other day, and all the classic Pochette Matisse, the Neverfull, they're all just so expensive for coated canvas, and I just question, like, maybe you could buy something that looks more luxurious for this amount of money. But I'm looking at the other brands too, guys, and everything is so expensive. I feel like actually Fendi and Loewe, for what they are still priced pretty well. And I had a look at the Bottega website, guys, and I was absolutely dumbfounded at how much Bottega costs now. Like, I had no idea. Since Daniel Lee has left, the new creative director, I think, is Matthew Blazy. I'm not familiar with his work, so I don't know much about his style or like his designs, but a lot of these newer Bottega bags, guys, I didn't realize they are this expensive, and they are like Hermes level priced, so they are up there. Oh guys, and another thing, I'm just gonna sidetrack on my point, but I watched a TikTok the other day which came up on my Facebook. I do not have TikTok, but honestly, guys, this guy's account, gosh, Tanner Leatherstein on TikTok, and he gets wallets from all different designer labels like Chanel, Hermes, Coach, and he dissects these wallets and lets us know what leather they're made out of and how much the cost price of these things are. And he actually dissected a Chanel wallet. He was peeling off the top layer, and he said that the leather underneath could be any old leather. It doesn't necessarily have to be a high quality leather, but because Chanel coats the top layer with so much coating and emboss it with that basketball finish, he said it felt like a plastic basketball. The actual quality of the leather is probably not that great, and actually this Chanel wallet is you're just really paying for the Chanel name. He did also dissect Calvi card holder, I think it was Chev as well, and he said so similar to this, and he said that the leather was actually very high quality, that Hermes leather is good quality. So at least there's that, but of course it is still marked up because it is Hermes. But with Chanel, it's actually the leather. He said the craftsmanship was good, it's just the leather. So in my opinion, I don't think Chanel's really worth it. Like, even in terms of the whole design of it now, I think is boring, and I'm personally over it. That's my opinion. Loewe is really beautiful quality as well. Actually, guys, I got this wallet completely wet yesterday. I had my drink bottle open in my Lululemon bag, and it was at the bottom of my bag, and it got completely soaked in water, and I was like, oh gosh, it's gonna be destroyed. And I wiped it down and dried it off, and it survived. So yeah, I mean, this leather's actually quite good. If you think, if I ever got a bag in Chev leather, it would probably wear really well. I mean, I've been using this very carelessly for the last few months, and it still looks new. So I'm very impressed with this leather. But let's get onto the Bottega website, guys, because I just want to discuss this pricing. I did do a video recently about the latest Bottega runway show, and I was guessing that the prices of these bags would be quite up there, but then actually seeing it on the website, I am a little bit startled. The first bag is the sardine bag. Now this looks very similar to almost like a mini Jodie, but it's a little bit bigger, has the famous intricato, I don't know how to say it, guys, that woven finish on it. In Australian, it's 5,800, but maybe it'll be easier to understand if I do this in US. In US prices, so guys, I'm kind of shocked by the price. So the sardine bag is 4,200 US, which is, I'm pretty sure it's like almost 6,000 Australian dollars. So yeah, that's that bag there. The Not Minaudiere, which is that little clutch, is 3,800 US dollars. I mean, that's a lot for that little clutch. Medium rumple bag, which, oh, guys, in Australian dollars, it's like $11,000, but in US, it's 8,600 for that big tote there. Small rumple, you've got $5,900. We've got these like Desiree bags, 3,800. Like, guys, like, who's buying these bags? Like, these are so expensive. And I'm asking myself, like, who are they trying to target here? Because I'm going to tell you guys, like, Bottega a few months ago was definitely targeted towards like people, like a younger market. Like, a lot of people who were like in their 20s were buying it, like the Jodie and the Cassette. And these bags, like, younger people are not going to spend, they can't afford to spend that much on these bags, and they don't have the, like, they're not iconic enough to justify the price. So I just don't know how the sales associates in Bottega are going to even sell these bags, because they're so expensive that how are they even going to sell them? The pricing, like, I know Louis Vuitton is still so popular, and honestly, it can be that price because people will pay that much for a Neverfull now. Like, they just will, because they've always wanted it. But these Bottega bags, guys, are so expensive, and like, nobody asked for them. The small Calimero, oh my gosh, guys, like $7,500 US dollars. And then the bucket, $5,900 for that little bucket. And I understand it has a lot of craftsmanship, like all that woven leather, but I just don't know how they're going to sell this, guys. Like, who is buying this? I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe these bags are going to be massive influencer bags and everyone on the internet's going to buy them, but I don't know. Like, and then you've got, like, oh, there was also the really, really weird one. Where was it? This is the one that I just can't even get over. The double Calimero bag is 10,000 US dollars. Do you see that, guys? Am I crazy? I just feel like it's getting to the point where bags, like, who is spending that much on a bag now that is not like a Birkin? Like, seriously, do you see that? Like, do you think it's just going to get to a point, guys, where bags just become, like, they're already so expensive. Are they just going to get to the point where it reaches, like, $30,000 to buy even one normal bag? I'm sorry, like, is that really, like, who is buying this little pop plant bag? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it, guys. Like, this just really took me back. Like, the Bottega website, I think they have really priced themselves out in terms of the, I mean, in terms of the craftsmanship and the quality. I don't know, I haven't had much experience with Bottega quality myself, but I did want to buy into the store to try that on because I've wanted it for ever since it came out like a few years ago. But all the ones that they had these like big scuff marks down the front because they're supposed to be like a really kind of polished box calf, French box calf or something, and they all had scratches all over them. They didn't have a new piece. So these bags, to me, like, the leather feels extremely delicate and not in a good way. It's like even the display ones were destroyed, and they're not cheap either. The Arco bag, that's what I'm talking about. I want to see how much that costs now. Oh gosh, I wanted that when it first came out. I want the small Arco, not the mini one. It's 3,800 US dollars. I really like, see, that one is still, I feel like, kind of worth it, but still really expensive. So, and given that the leather is not, like, I find it very delicate, actually. I do love the Arco. Like, I honestly do enjoy Bottega's designs, but the pricing is just, wow. And do you know, guys, I read on Purse Bop or Purse Blog that I think Hermes next year is rumored to have a 5 to 10% price increase across the board, which doesn't surprise me because I feel like brands like Fendi and Loewe are definitely going to get way more expensive in the next few years because I feel like at the moment the pricing is looking really good compared to Louis Vuitton, Chanel and Bottega. And Hermes, they have to make their prices more expensive because they just will, guys. Like, look how expensive everything is getting, and it's getting to the point where Chanel is more expensive than Hermes. Like, they're obviously going to raise their prices at least 5% next year. Like, 5% on a Birkin is quite a lot. 10% on a Birkin is a lot. I mean, it's nothing on the Chanel price increases, which have been, like, at least 20%. But, like, I don't know, guys. I'm really questioning what is worth it anymore. When it's getting to these ridiculous prices, I'm just like, we're already overpaying for everything, and you're asking for even more money now for, like, stuff that, for one, the Chanel quality is not worth it. Like, the bag's appealing, or, like, feel like a basketball. Louis Vuitton is, yeah, it's a good everyday bag, and I do like how Louis Vuitton offer good aftercare service. Like, they will replace the bag for you. They're easy to give you a store credit, or they're very good at taking responsibility for any problems that you have with their bags, whereas Chanel, I don't feel like is. And Hermes, I feel like, has good longevity to it. So I understand the value in actually buying Hermes bags, because I feel like they are, in a way, worth it, because you just have to buy one and you just keep it forever. Whereas Louis Vuitton, sometimes, like, you can't just have one Neverfull in your whole life. You definitely need to replace it at one point. I mean, you could replace the Vachetta, but it just gets to a point where you need to kind of get a new one, which is fine because the price used to be better, but now it's just, like, really expensive. So, I don't know, guys. It's getting to a point where I'm just questioning everything. Do you think Bottega bags are worth this much, or did the prices shock you as well? Let me know. And I just don't know how this is going to do for their brand in general, because their bags were going off, but now, like, I feel like the prices are so unattainable and the designs are just not strong enough for them to go viral, that it's not going to be a good story for Bottega. So yeah, anyways, thanks for listening to my blabbing video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would super appreciate it. Or you could give me a super thanks if you loved listening to me blab on. And I'll talk to you on my next one. Bye!